Last night sucked. The New York Knicks fell behind 10 points to start off the game. They ended up coming back, taking a 7 point lead. But then after that, it was just all Indiana. We've got to have a serious discussion about Karl Anthony Towns. I'm not one to scapegoat, right? I'm not saying the Knicks lost the game because of Cat. There was a lot of other things that were a factor, right? The Knicks are just not a complete team, and that's fine. They're only going to improve, right? The Knicks are only going to get better. But in terms of what I'm seeing, I mean, just poor defense. That's why Indiana's up 2-0. Is the Knicks just can't defend them. I mean, I haven't seen the Knicks look this bad defensively all season, bro. I mean, it's that bad. We're talking about the Pacers just picking apart Jalen Brunson and Karl Anthony Towns. The thing about last season is the only player you could pick on was Brunson. Like Devo could defend, OG could defend, Isaiah Hartenstein could defend. And then, of course, the rest of the guys like Deuce McBride, Mitchell Robinson. I mean, there was just all good defenders around Brunson, and he was scoring 35, 40 a game, and the Knicks were winning. But now you've got two guys to pick on. You've got, of course, Cat, who is a bottom five defender at his position. I mean, you could argue Cat literally is the worst defensive big. Like, he's that bad. And then Jalen Brunson obviously is not known for his defense, but the Knicks have done a relatively good job of hiding him. Of course, just like hedging him in certain pick and rolls, things like that. Brunson hasn't been a problem. I mean, he's been a problem defensively, but you guys get what I mean. He hasn't been like an absolute free bucket. Like Brunson is doing a decent job defensively, given the fact that he's being asked to score 35 to 40 plus a night. Like he's doing all you can ask defensively. But the thing about Cat is that he ended up getting benched because of how much of a liability he is. Because Cat plays drop coverage, so you got Tyrese Halliburton with the ball, of course, and then here comes Miles Turner. He sets a screen, and of course McHale's on Halliburton, and now you've got McHale who's on Turner, and now Halliburton gets Cat, and Halliburton is either taking him right to the basket, and because the Knicks have to send help, there's an open corner 3 point shooter, or Halliburton is just driving if no help comes, or he's just shooting the three straight up. Halliburton is one of the best shooters in this league. So it's just pick your poison to that point. The Knicks are just absolutely giving up free buckets. And also, the thing about last season was that with Isaiah Hartenstein, it was his ability to impact the offensive glass, his ability to, of course, you look at back cuts, things like that, open up that in the offense. So OKC is up 2-0. A large reason is because of Hartenstein. He's just opened up their offense. But the biggest thing with the Knicks is they don't necessarily need Karl Anthony Towns. They need a defensive-minded center. And let me know if I'm wrong. Let me know if I'm overreacting. I don't think I am. I'm recording this the day after, so it's not like I'm doing it right after the game. I think the Knicks would be better with Isaiah Hartenstein than Cat for this series. Not obviously in general, but for this series. I think they'd be better with Isaiah Hartenstein, Derek Lively, Daniel Gafford. The Knicks need a defensive-minded center that can switch, can rebound, of course, and just hold his own. I mean, Cat is literally barbecue chicken, bro. Like, he's unplayable. Like, he got benched. Cat got benched, bro. I mean, to that point, it's like, why not just have Dante and Randall? If the Knicks had Dante and Randall, I think we can all agree they'd be up 2-0. So I did think that the trade raised the Knicks ceiling, but I mean, the thing about trying to be the Celtics is the Celtics they can defend because they've got Porzingis and Al Horford who can hold their own. Certainly, they're very good defenders, and then they've got Drew, Derek White, Tatum's a good defender, Jaylen Brown's a good defender. It's just full of 3-and-D wings, right? So I mean, the Knicks tried to replicate that. I'll give it to them. They beat the Celtics. That's cool. But now you're facing the top dog in the, of course, Eastern Conference, and the Knicks just haven't been able to win. Now they had a colossal failure in game one. Cat had 30-9 or something. I don't remember exactly. I think Cat 30-9, which was fantastic. But the thing with Cat is he's going to get his numbers, but then he's also going to give up a lot of points. And he's going to cause guys to overhelp and give up corner threes. And it's just too much. The Knicks are in trouble. Now, the Knicks have been elite on the road. Our only loss on the road was game 5 in Boston? The Knicks ended up, of course, doing very well in Detroit. The Pistons, the 2 games they won were in New York. So the Knicks have only had one loss on the road. So, I mean, they can win both games, but you have to understand, guys, that if the Knicks just lose one of these next 2, they're down 3-1. And you have to win 3 straight games. Like, I don't think the Knicks can do that. Like, the Knicks have to win the next 2 games. And then to that point, like, if you're down 3-2 and you go to Indiana and then you force a game 7 in New York, that's one thing. But 3 straight games, and also 3 of the next, 5 games are in Indiana. because the Knicks just completely fumbled having home court. This is going to be a tough task, but the Knicks, I feel like, can only get like significantly better. Like I don't think the Pacers can get much better. Like they've just been they've been brilliant. But the Knicks, I mean, Cat has been awful. OG, I thought had a solid game, but he only took where's the stats, bro? He only took 11 shots, right? Like OG needs to shoot more than 11 times. Mikhail was 9 of 18. You'll live with that. Mikhail's shooting 50%. Like we're fine to that point. But it's just it wasn't enough, obviously. But still, I mean, given what we've gotten from Mikhail, like his elite defense, and then 9 of 18, I'll live with that. But just looking, Josh Hart was non-existent. Like it almost feels like Josh Hart didn't even play. Like he was just getting picked on. Every time he switches on to Siakam, it's a free bucket, just like it was when OG got hurt in last year's playoffs. Mitchell Robinson's a stud, but he's a liability late in games because he overhelps and gives up open threes, and then also he can't shoot free throws. So like that's the problem with Mitch is that if Mitch could make free throws, I mean he would. I would just say hey, start Mitch and just rock with Mitch the rest of the way, and then I think the Knicks would legitimately come back. But like they're just gonna hack Mitch, and he needs to stay on shooters too. Like I get Mitch wants to help, but like you can't give up an open corner three to Miles Turner or to Aaron Nesmith. That's just bro. It's they're gonna make it. Those guys don't miss those. And then the bench, I mean, Deuce McBride had another brilliant game, but I mean, campaign 9 minutes -9. I mean, every minute he played, the Knicks were losing by one. And then no Precious, no Hook Porty. Like, why not get a couple of Linder Shaman? Why not get a couple of other guys in here? I mean, I know it's easy for me to sit up here and to ridicule Coach Tibbs because the Knicks are losing 2-0, but I mean, am I the only one that thinks that? Like, the Knicks should go deeper in their bench and play some of these guys, even like 5 minutes, bro. Even 5 minutes from Shamit. 5 minutes for Precious Achua, just something to get some other guy in there. I mean, why not, right? So I don't feel great about the Knicks odds, and I don't feel like my computer's gonna die. I don't feel like we lost this series. Like I'm not gonna be crazy like that, but I just personally feel like this is gonna be very difficult to overcome. If the Knicks win Game 3, still, I mean, the Cavs won Game 3. They blew out the Pacers after losing the first two at home, and then they got their asses kicked in Game 4. So the Knicks, if they win Game 3, like we're not going to celebrate. But if the Knicks win the next two games, then we have a series. At that point, we're talking about it being a best of three, and the Knicks would have games 5 and 7 at home, theoretically. So yeah, but Karl-Anthony Towns, I mean, if he doesn't have a big Game 3, I want him off of the team. I'm gonna be complete. If Cat has another like stinker, especially defensively, and he gets benched, Cat needs to go. I don't know who they would get, but to that point, you might as well go out and get a defensive-minded center. Like, let's be real. The Knicks, if they get this type of defense out of Cat, they're not going to win a championship. Like, it's impossible. I would get if, like, Mikhail, OG, and Brunson were all giving you 30 a night. Okay, like, we can get away with that. But that's not going to happen, right? Jalen Brunson is averaging, 39 in the series. The Knicks are down 0-2. Now, Brunson's doing everything he can. Now, yeah, you could argue Brunson plays a little bit too much ISO ball, but that's how the Knicks play. Is Brunson plays pick and roll, he goes one-on-one, and then you've got good defensive wings around him. You had Isaiah last season and Mitch. That was phenomenal. Now you don't. The Knicks are in trouble.